invite Mr. Asuja to come up on stage. He's a film historian, an archival auction house for art and cinema in Mumbai. I think a writer and filmmaker from FTII Pune, co-founder of upperstall.com, a website on contemporary and classic Indian cinema. There's more to it. His latest feature-length documentary film was journalist based in Mumbai. Give him a big hand. And we would also like to invite Mr. Rajesh Devraj, a special mention, screenwriter and researcher, and has co-authored the book, The Art of Bollywood. He's still on his way, so we'll wait for him. But y'all can give him a big hand till then. To introduce the publisher and to talk about the book a little more, we have a very special person within us. Aparna, who is the managing director, DK India, to talk a little bit about the book and publisher. Can you all invite her with a big round of applause, please?
Hi, good evening. Thank you so much. It's wonderful being here for this really special occasion. I'd like to start off by thanking Crossword for hosting this event for us. As you know, this is a significant moment for DK. DK are well-known global publishers of highly visual, illustrated reference books. And a few years ago, we started a program of creating titles for our local publishing. We have a very, very rich international list, and we wanted to add some beautiful products from India. And on that list, one of the titles that we were very, very keen to do was a book on Indian cinema. Most of our products are international titles that appeal to a global audience, that cover a range of subjects from natural history, from culture, cinema, geography, nature, everything. And we really wanted to add some very special subjects from India. The Indian cinema itself lends itself to a product like DK's, which is rich in its visual sort of culture. And we knew that it was going to be really special, that we would be able to unearth a lot of treasures, and that was something that we really wanted to do. We wanted to find some of the lesser known facts and really celebrate Indian cinema. We don't claim this to be a history of Indian cinema. We wanted to just celebrate the most significant moments, the most significant titles from each decade. And that's what this book is about. It is a journey through Indian cinema that came out of mainstream Hindi. And that really is where the title also came up. We debated a lot about the title of this book. And that's something that you would probably notice when you read the book. Mr. Bachchan, who's written the foreword for it, that was one of the things that he's commented on. And he was not really in favor of this title, but we thought a lot about it. We felt that it was most relevant to what we were trying to convey. We wanted to celebrate, popular cinema and make sure that it relates and it connects with a global audience. And we wanted to use a simple word that immediately connects to what we were trying to portray. And Bollywood just seems to be the right title for that. A lot of our products, when we think about the titles of those books, we use simple one-word titles. So for example, if it's a book in history, it'll be called history. If it's a title on food, it'll very often say something like that. It'll be a very, very simple title. And therefore, Bollywood just felt like the right title for this book. We're very, very honored to have some very well-known contributors for this, and I want to thank each and every one of them. They've played a fabulous role in putting this book together for us, and my team, We've got our managing editor here, Alka, who worked really hard. We had a very big team. We have a team in Delhi who works in these products, and we have really spent a lot of time and effort. It has truly been a labor of love for us, and we're very, very proud for the product that we've created. Along with the stories, one of the things that we were probably not prepared for was the effort that it took to unearth the images that we could use. And it was, through these sort of, what should I say, the passion of some of the archivists and the passion of people who've loved Indian cinema and have been collectors of all of these images and memorabilia that we were really able to put this product together. And Mr. Asuja is one of those people who was really able to provide us with some beautiful images, some treasures that probably a lot of people haven't seen in the past. That was one of the things I was really keen to do. Besides the photographs of the film stars and the movies, it was also to unearth some of the things from behind the scenes, some of the props that we used, some of the costumes that we used, the sets that were created. And we'll probably talk a little bit about that in terms of the challenges in getting all of that together, because it certainly was. But I think in the end, we've really been able to put together an absolute treasure of a product, and I hope you will like it. So without much ado, I'd like to now bring on stage our moderator, Priyanka Sinha, and ask her to come and moderate this event. Priyanka has recently authored a book called Super Traits of Superstars. And thank you very much, Priyanka. I'd like to hand over to you.
Thank you, Parna. Thank you, DK Books. Thank you, Alka. It's such a pleasure. And when DK asked me to moderate this discussion, I was like, okay, this sounds interesting. But when I saw the book, I jumped right into it. Horses couldn't keep me away. So I guess let's get started. The authors are here. And obviously, they've done a marvelous job. Should we go chronologically? Because this is a book which, even though it's not like really historical in that sense, it has a lot of history. As I glanced through the pages, I was quite fascinated with some of the chapters from early Hindi cinema before we sort of started using the word Bollywood. There was a lot of the very popular Angry Young Man, which I saw. And interestingly, there were also like, the 80s and 90s, movies from 80s and 90s, which haven't really although they have their place in the history of cinema, but they've not kind of found the same, I should say, same respect in a certain way as the movies of the 50s and 40s, and yet they hold a very important space. So I was very impressed that this book brings together all these, stages of cinema, starting with Mr. Asuja. I wanted to get you started because, you covered a landmark period of Hindi movies, which is the 70s, the rise and rise of the Angry Young Man. What was the process like? Was it, especially in a book like this, you have to get a lot of material which may be lost now or it's not widely available. What is that process like?
Hello. Can you hear me? Yes. Yeah. See, it's a labor of love. When we come out with a book like this, we have to look at different aspects. Right. And there are so many things to look at because cinema is a visual medium. Yes. So if you only limit a book to text, it will be boring, even if the text is wonderful, So we had to strike a balance, and each era has its own highlights. So if there was anger in the 70s, there was romance in the 60s. Yes. And there was a socialist element, thread of socialism in the pre-60s, So all that is reflected in the movies that were made in those eras. But I feel, most importantly, post-50s, it is the stars who dominated the scene. Right. And so in the book, we had to take care of the great films, the great stars, and the memorable songs and props, and as she said, some of the beautiful posters that were there. So it's all everything contributed to make this book special.
Yes. Karan, your work was, I think, even more challenging in that you went back to the glorious pre-independence cinema as well, you know, and which is, you know, not much is known about it. We know a few movies from the time, but, you know, the things like Hunter Wali, Devika Rani, we know about them, but we don't know too much about them. What was that process like to bring that alive in this book?
See, on one level, I think that was the most exciting part, actually, of the book for me. I've always been interested in the historical aspect of the Indian cinema, and the one thing that FTII did when we kind of went over there. Is it working now? Yeah. And even at the FTII, we actually had an entire semester on Indian cinema history. So it is something, you know, which I was like very into. So in that sense, of course, I think, I mean, for me, that was the most enjoyable part of the book. It had its pitfalls in the sense that there's been a very limited amount of writing on Indian cinema and its history. I mean, off the cuff, I can think of Indian film by Barno Krishnaswamy, which, you know, used to be a Bible for us. I think so many cinemas of B.D. Garga, a pictorial history of Indian cinema, Firdos Rangonwala over there. And unfortunately, what's happened today is that it's very, very tough to, you know, to look for stuff because everyone just goes straight to Wikipedia or IMDb and anyone can put up stuff and the facts are all over the place. I think the biggest challenge in that was to really get the facts right of what you want to say. And, you know, be able to put the history of cinema and the eras that I was writing about in some sort of proper context. So in that sense, I would say that my Bible of research were more the older books and the older publications, because at that point of time, many of the people we are writing about were alive and the authors had actually interviewed them, had got quotes from them. So, you know, one was trying to include as much that came from the horse's mouth, really, rather than, you know, make up one's own thing. But otherwise, yes, I think that part was extremely exciting for me because I take to history naturally.
Right. And, you know, the period that you talk about is closer to us where we are in history of cinema. Did you find it easier or was it harder? Because, you know, sometimes things are closer. What can you say which is not already known? And also, did you find it, you know, like Karan mentioned, that he went back to a lot of the publications of the time, right? Did you find a difference in terms of the kind of reportage that you saw around the movies of the 90s particularly?
I mean, straight off the bat, it was a lot of fun because, I mean, I'm a kid of the 90s. I started watching films in the 90s. So a lot of it was, I mean, essentially about like just going back to my, I mean, growing up days where I was like, I mean, watching a film every Friday. So, I mean, that was that. I mean, this essential thrill of a schoolboy sort of like rediscovering like his first love, so to speak. So that was really enjoyable. The second was, I mean, this thing about saying something fresh. That's a great question, I think, because I mean, what really helped for me was in the 90s, I would just watch films. I mean, I was really small, so I mean, I wasn't reading like good literature or good journalism on them. So I mean, all the thoughts and ideas that I had about the films were my own, so to speak. Like, you know, I mean, there was no sort of like infiltration of anything else. But then, like, I mean, as you grow up and as you like, your engagement with cinema differs, right? And so I thought that juxtaposition was really interesting, where I was watching or like rewatching a film which I had loved, like let's say when I was 10 or something, but now I can sort of like engage with it more critically and can still be a little harsh on it, like, you know, just to sort of like see it with someone like with the eyes of someone who is in 2017, so to speak. And like a lot of things have changed, right? Like in the way we make films, like even the aesthetics of mainstream Indian Hindi films have changed over the years. And so that was really cool. I mean, a lot of some of the stuff looked really cheesy, but it like you kind of like look at them essentially with a lot of endearment. And it's I found that really interesting and really cool, because I was like, this is nice. I mean, some of it has aged really well, some of it has not, but it's fine, you know. And so I thought that was really interesting. The third part, I mean, with respect to reportage on Hindi films, I mean, my pieces did not really require me to sort of like, I mean, because a lot of things are fresh in memory. So I mean, and there weren't like a lot of contentious like dates, events, and stuff like that. Of course, I mean, I did my like a basic fact check. I mean, it was fine, I would say. I mean, I'm sure like there's a big difference in the way film journalism happened in the 60s to like the area that I sort of covered, the 90s and a bit of the aughts. So, but yeah, I mean, again, like the way films are changing, I mean, journalism on it is also changing. So it was fairly fine, competent stuff, I would say, yeah.
Okay, that's nice and diplomatic. But what I would like the three of you to share are your opinions of the book. Now that you see it together with different sort of perspectives, different eras, different facets of Bollywood or Hindi cinema, whichever way you like it, what would you say is the standout quality about this book that sets it apart from its predecessors?
See, given the constraints that are there in a book, you have to limit the book and its content to within those constraints. So, having said that, I think whatever little effort that we made was primarily to give maximum in with whatever space that is there in the book. So, in that aspect, yes, I'm very happy, and I wanted to include much more visuals, but you can't beyond a point because I know cinema is a visual medium, but also text is also important for a book. So I think overall I'm very happy with the impact and the content. And when I showed the book to Mr. Bachchan, so he was like, for almost 2 minutes, he was just turning the pages and he was visibly impressed. I don't know how impressed he actually was, he'll tell you when he's there. But that was a big high for me because at least, someone who loves cinema so much and who's associated with Indian cinema is appreciating your work. And it was a lot of hard work. And I'm extremely thankful to the publisher that after so much of, me sending them corrections and then they coming back to us, everything was smoothened and everything fell into place.
But would the three of you agree that this book, something that personally I felt when I glanced through it and read a couple of chapters, was that there is obviously an effort at chronicling what was going on in cinema, what was going on in Bollywood, through the narrative of the process of movie making. I didn't find personal trivia so much, and whatever little it may be there, like, is to serve the purpose of where the pieces fall when it comes to the movie making process. Do we see more of these kind of efforts happening? Are we realizing that we have to move away from personality driven? That has its own space. Obviously, people are very curious about stars and their lives, but equally there are more and more people getting interested in the other part of cinema narrative.
Well, I think when this book happened, one of the things that even that initial meeting that we had, I think the one thing that came out was that it was really, I think, celebration of our cinema. Right. So that brief, I think, was very, very, I think, strongly given to us. Okay. Rather, and obviously, I know, that thing, stars are popular, but even the stars had to be looked at in a manner of their contribution to, yes, to Indian cinema. So there are the odd anecdotes, there are the odd, I think, personal details, but I think those are integrated somewhere within the entire process of filmmaking. But really, I think our brief and what we kind of wrote was to celebrate our movie.
So any favorite chapters, any passages, any anecdotes that you'd like to share with people here? Which is kind of a teaser to get them like really excited about this.
No, no, I'm not talking about the ones I've handled. But I do like a lot of the chapters, particularly of the 60s and the 70s. And I think even the 80s, which otherwise aesthetically is not my favorite decade, but yes, in fact, and yet ironically, actually, I wrote on Himmatwala. But yeah, I kind of enjoyed.
Actually requested to write for Himmatwala. That was his request to us that what else is going to write. So each of them sort of kind of divided the chapters among themselves, and he was of course very because history But then,
The wholesome Bollywood movie seems to have become. Oh yes, and now we have the big star attraction, Mr. Bachchan. Uh, Welcome, Mr. Bachchan. Such a pleasure to have you with us. No, so we were just chatting and we were just ruminating. It'd be great to have you.
If I can request you all to please settle down, we will have an opportunity for the photo op. Please settle down, everyone. I repeat, you all will get an opportunity once again. If I may just request you all once again, please settle down. Still photographers, may I request you all to please step back, all of you. We will not be able to continue if you all continue, so please step back, everyone. Still photographers, please step back. Okay. Good evening, sir, and thank you for being with us. We will now have the golden moment, and we request Mr. Amitabh Bachchan to launch the book for us. Still photographers will have first go at the pictures. The videographers, you all will get a chance. So let the still photographers first click. I repeat, still photographers will get the first chance. Videographers, please have a little patience. You all will get your chance too. I think you all can give a big round of applause. Okay, can we ask the still photographers to please step back? Videographers will have their chance now. Okay. Still photographers. Okay, we will now have an opportunity for the videographers. So still photographers, please step back. The still photographers, please. Still photographers, please move back. The videographers need a chance now. Okay, this is for the videographers. May I request the panel to be seated? May I request the panel to please be seated? Okay, thank you so much for your cooperation. If I may ask you all to please be seated as well. Chalo, don't push.
Now, Mr. Bachchan, if I could request you to say a few words about the book.
So, thank you so much, members of the media and all those that have been connected with the publishing and the release of this book. I'm not going to take the name because I don't like this word, and I've expressed that in my foreword when I wrote. Osaja has been a journalist by profession, but has been someone that has been passionately interested in filmography. And I have always had great admiration for him because there are very few amongst us, unfortunately, that have never taken up the idea or the thought of documenting the Indian film industry, researching it, keeping old memorabilia. And I really want to appreciate your work, Osaja, and for having taken the trouble of pursuing your passion in a way, but also creating something for posterity, for the generations to come. I've always found that we do a lot of work. We've been a 100-year film industry, but there really isn't any kind of documentation of our work. Many a times I've spoken to many of my colleagues and to other people that are connected with the film industry. How wonderful it would be if I could have known what, say, K. Asif was thinking when he was making Mughal-e-Azam, or how did Dilip Saab approach his role in Devdas, or what was Bimal Royji's idea of wanting to make a particular story in a particular manner, why Guru Dutt used a particular kind of camera angle or lighting when he was shooting the song Waqt Ne Kiya Kya Hasi Sitam from this iconic film Kagaz Ke Phool. And these are moments that are lost and forgotten now, and we will never know that. But how wonderful that we have people like Osaja who will collect these memorabilia and keep it for posterity, for generations to come. This is an immensely important document, and which is why I've always wanted to support him in any work that is going to be done in this direction. In the future, Osaja, if you find, and ma'am, if you and any others that are connected with documenting our history or talking about it, I would be the first person to come forward and extend my help and cooperation. Thank you so much for being here. I feel very proud that Osaja has entrusted me with writing this forward, and this is exactly what I've expressed in the book, that time is going away. In the early days, I can understand there weren't so many mediums of communication, and therefore making a record of something like this was not possible. But now that we do have them, please give it more attention, give it more value, give it more respect, because the Indian film industry is truly a very respectful place. Thank you so much.
So wonderful words from Mr. Bachchan. I would now invite Mr. Nitin Pandey and Mr. Sudhanshu Roy to hand over a token of appreciation. Mr. Nitin Pandey and Mr. Sudhanshu Roy. The still photographers, please be seated.
Needless to say, we are all big fans of yours.
May I now invite once again Mr. Nitin Pandey and Mr. Sudhanshu Roy to hand over a token of appreciation. Can I request the still photographers to just have a little seat so that the videographers also get an opportunity? Okay, may I request the photographers to step back, please? Guys? There will be no signing from here on. May I request all of you to just stand back? Thank you, Mr. Bachchan, for your presence.